Good morning, my name is Dr. Jeremy McAnulty from New South Wales Health, and I'm here to give you an update on the COVID figures for New South Wales for Sunday the 14th of November 2021. There were 195 locally acquired cases of COVID reported in the 24 hours to 8 o'clock last night. There was a case acquired interstate. In the same period, 57,000 COVID tests were reported. In terms of vaccination, there are now 94.2% of the people aged 16 years and over who've received one dose of vaccine, and 91% are now fully vaccinated. In the 12 to 15-year-old age group, 80.6% have received one dose of vaccine, and 73% are now fully vaccinated. Sadly, we're reporting the death of a man in his 80s from the Blue Mountains at Nepean Hospital. He had received 2 doses of COVID vaccine and had underlying health conditions. And this is the first death linked to an outbreak at the Springwood Hospital where he acquired his infection. We'd like to express our sincere condolences to the loved ones and family of the man who died. In terms of hospitalisations, there are currently 224 people admitted to hospital in New South Wales, including 32 who are in intensive care, of whom 16 require ventilation. Of those people in ICU, 24 are not vaccinated, 4 have received 1 dose of vaccine, and 4 have received 2 doses of vaccine. New South Wales' ongoing sewage surveillance program to detect fragments of the virus in sewage in communities across New South Wales has detected positive findings in Dungog and Wardell, where there haven't been recent known cases. So anyone in those areas is particularly urged to be careful to monitor for symptoms, and if you get any symptoms at all of COVID, please come forward for testing. From tomorrow, New South Wales Health will be changing the way it reports the COVID cases and no longer providing a breakdown of locally acquired and overseas acquired cases in its daily updates, but instead providing a total of all cases. Since the introduction of quarantine-free international travel, the origins from where each case was acquired can no longer be determined immediately, and so it's not possible to accurately report overseas cases on a daily basis. The breakdown of locally and overseas acquired cases will now be reported weekly in New South Wales Health's COVID-19 surveillance reports, which are available on our website. With the high vaccination rates in the community, from tomorrow New South Wales Health will no longer list case locations for regional and rural New South Wales on the website. This change has already been made for case locations in Greater Sydney, including the Central Coast, Wollongong and Shell Harbour, and the Nepean Blue Mountains. We'll continue to contact people diagnosed with COVID-19 and their close contacts with relevant health advice, and we'll also continue to support workplaces and other locations where there may be potential outbreaks of COVID. And Service New South Wales is also now sending push notifications to people who've checked into venues where a COVID case has been present. New South Wales Health and local health districts will continue to notify the public of venues of concern where there have been high levels of transmission, and there is a need to alert members of the community who may have been there during the exposure periods. So again, thanks everyone for coming forward, for getting tested when you have even the mildest of symptoms at one of the many locations, and importantly, getting vaccinated. And it's great to see the numbers continuing to increase, but we need to make sure that people are fully vaccinated. So if you haven't had your second dose, please come forward to get your second dose of vaccine, and also a booster if it's now 6 months since your last vaccine. Thanks very much.